Thank you for joining me for yet another live, our second of the week. Yay! How are we doing, guys? Let's get into the comments. Hey, Toya-Star, thank you for being here. Hey, Fareed. Is it Fareed or Farid? Let me know. I'm from Philly. I know I got one of them right. Hey, Shamiko, how are you? Love from St. Kitts. Hey, Altavina. Thank you. Hey, Vodka, hit that like button. I know that's right. What's up, Fly Philly John? What's up? Hey, Visual Taste. Farid said, I enjoyed last night's episode. I'm glad we moved on from Sutton's esophagus. Yes, it was boring, tired, and dry. Like, so glad we moved on. Vodka said, yeah, last night episodes was good, and I believe Crystal said those things, but I don't care for 8.5 coming for Crystal. We agree. Farid said, yeah, I see Crystal saying those. She absolutely did, y'all. She said it. She said it. Eltavina said, I love Crystal, but our good sis can't stand on business. She says things and oftentimes doesn't stand on them. All the time. Not often. All the time. Farid/Farid said, yeah, maybe she didn't want to own it in the moment, but I think it's clear the other ladies know it might be true. Even Garcelle knew the tea. Absolutely. Altavina said, yes, especially because the fans like her and agree with a lot of what she says. Vaca said, I agree. I hope the girls don't get too mad at her and focus on the issue, who is 8.5. See, here's the thing. I think they're going to make time for the both of them because they like Anne-Marie because Kyle brought her in. So I feel like if anybody may be in trouble, it could be Crystal. Farid said, because she's doing the mute challenge since the last 2 seasons, I want Crystal from the first season back. She came in hot and she was good. Hey, So Seth, thank you for being here. Hey, Alicia. Vaca said, I'm loving the friendship with Crystal, Garcelle, and Sutton. Me too. Hey, Caroline. Hey, Mama Star. Thank you for being in the building. Hey, Coos Girlie. Hey, Yolande. Hi, it's Latasha. Farid said, I enjoy Erica this season. Me too. She's fun when she ain't talking about that damn fraudulent husband. I know you're right. Philly John said, did you get a chance to catch Candy Girl on Candace? Don't Call Me White Girls podcast. It was really good. Showed her in a very sweet light. No, I did not. I will check it out though. Vodka said, yes, Erica is likable, so she needs to get over those earrings and get over trying to be right all the time. I agree. Hey, Molsey, what's up? Eltavina said, y'all, Sutton killed me when she was asking if she could come into Crystal's bedroom. Yeah. But I agree with Sutton. Like, you couldn't see the door. Like, everything was disguised. Rinna absolutely needed to go. It's such a different energy on this show now. Vaca said, did they really give those earrings back to her? Unbelievable. Now that her coot is going to be standing trial because he is found competent. This may not fare well for Erica Jane. I think he's absolutely going to try to throw her under the bus. I don't know if they gave them back to her because she said that they have to go to more courts. So I don't know if she has them or the court is holding them. Oh no, I have to check it out. Alex said, hi, Star fam. I hope everyone is doing well. Yes, we are. We are absolutely doing well. As usual, I am spraying my Twisted Peppermint. I'm still in the holiday season. Thank you, Toya Star. I'm a one-woman show. I'm trying to figure it all out. I think I may change my intro next week. So we'll see. I'm still trying to figure everything out. But while y'all coming on in the room, let's get into it. Come on in the room. Oh, come on in the room. Yeah, you got so much to talk about. Won't you come on in the room? Everybody saying, come on in the room. Oh, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? Come on. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Guys, La Crusade just released their first factory-to-table sale of the year, and it's in Texas. They never come to Cali. I need them to come to Cali or Atlanta. My God, today. But I was at the outlet, La Crusade's outlet store in Atlanta. And they were like, oh, yeah, they're not coming back to Atlanta. They had a terrible time. She was like, they will never do Atlanta again, but they will probably do Philly again because they had their highest sales day ever at the Philly location. So Philly might be good too. But I'm just like, I really want to be able to drive to this factory table sale and take my La Crusade home. Me and my friend who, like, I convinced her, like, you know what, like her say, you need to pay me because I have brought so many people into the tribe. My friend, she used to watch, like, she still watches like my cooking videos or whatever. And she watches like all of my content. And she was just like, you made me buy La Crusade and now I'm addicted. Yay! Pay me, La Crusade. So we were talking about it today and we were just like, oh my gosh, we're trying to like figure out which one we're going to go to. I think she's going to go to the Texas one because her family's in Texas and she can leave like half of her stuff there. Because like, you know, bringing that stuff back to like LA from Texas, it's going to be very expensive. So I think she's going to try to like, you know, bring it in portions, but I'm so jealous. Now I bring her into the tribe and she's going to the factory to table sell without me. I'm so jealous. But I'm going to make 1 or 2 or 4 of them if I can. I think they have 6 a year. I'm going to try to make as many as I can. Hey, Alex, how are you? We're blessed and highly favored over here. We're blessed and highly favored over here. Toya-Sar said, oh, we got that one. Hey, Miss GG88. Thank you for being here. Hey, Aye. Yolanda said, hey, Nikki, are you watching The Traitors? Not yet. I'm trying to catch up on all the shows that I currently review before I bring another one into the fold. I forgot that I review so many shows. So because of that, I think that I'm going to keep this format of talking about, you know, multiple shows in one live just because there's so many shows. And I feel like I don't talk about a lot of other shows because I want to stay true to the shows that we, you know, that we have built a community around. But I just want to talk about more shows. So I think I might keep this format. Let's see how it goes. Miss Gigi said, Toya-Sar got her good eye on Nikki just in case. You know that's right. Miss Brown Sugar said, popping in to say hi, but can't stay today. Don't forget to put your likes in. Thank you so much, Miss Brown Sugar. JG said, Crystal didn't say that. These are the things that she said in interviews. And I think Kyle put that battery. Oh, not horse face. Let's not go there. She's a lot. She's annoying and she's an 8.5, but we're not going to talk about her features. IA said, hey, Nikki. Hey, Star fam. Just dropping by before I go to bed. Thank you for being here. Listen. Did she like? Did she like? Hey, Nicole. Hey, Spency. Jade said it's very clear from the after show this is Kyle's doing. Absolutely. She's always ghost producing and they never clock her. So they're not going to clock her. I'm not going to clock her. And she explained it so well. I think these are the things they were previously offended by and Kyle boosting her minion up. Chantel said 2 nights in a row. Nikki, you're spoiling us and I love it. I told you as much as I can be here, I will be. Thank you for joining me tonight. NC said, hey, Nikki, 8.5 is doing Kyle's dirty work and it's biting her in the egg. She may actually be redeemable if she calls Kyle out at the reunion. I don't think that's going to happen. I wish she would because she can clear. She can clear. Philly John said, what about Kyle said at the end, Crystal's 8? Yeah, that was really dark, wasn't it? It just, I don't know. I was like, I don't see that happening, Kyle. Like, that's not what's happening here. But for me, that moment solidified that Kyle just does not like Crystal. She's never going to like her for whatever reason. Drissy said, I'm so glad a mandatory meeting got Plain together because girl, chill out. Yeah, we will talk about that because Plain Jane thought it was going to go one way and it went another. Fareed said, what would be your ideal seating chart for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion? I think it's still, the girls have been behaving very well. So it's still so early. I just don't know who would be where. But if Sutton and Anne-Marie keep on going at it, I think it would be ideal to have them at the front. If not, it may be Crystal and Anne-Marie if this doesn't die down. Outside of that, I don't see anybody else. Oh, wait, I'm wrong. It's absolutely going to be Kyle because of this Mauricio issues that she's having with her marriage. And also she's probably gay fishing. So she's probably going to be in the front seat. I think if anybody will be next to her, just by seniority, it'll be Garcelle, but she didn't have anything going on. Like Beverly Hills is more seniority than like what is actually happening, has happened on the show. So it might be Garcelle and Kyle in the two front seats. If there is any more drama, in my opinion, it should be Sutton. I felt like Sutton really delivered this season thus far. I felt like she really was giving in at name them. I still say that. So I feel like she should be in the front seat, but who knows? Who knows in Beverly Hills? If anything, I think it might be Sutton and Kyle, and I'm okay with that. It's Latasha said, I just ordered some perfume. De Molay for Bloomingdale. Oh, I'm a Bloomingdale's girl. I ain't been in the Bloomingdale's in a minute because of that freaking strike, but I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get back. LOL, can't wait until next Thursday. They were already auctioned. Oh, wow. Yeah, they ain't never seeing that money. Alex said, you have brought me into the light. Yes, I know that's right. Yes! What did you get, Alex? What did you get? I only got one La Crusade this year. I only got one La Crusade pot this year. Who am I? I'm telling you, that strike came for me, girl. I was not myself in 2023. Not one La Crusade. Are you kidding me? I get all the collections at once. I'm that girl. Shout out to QVC. But God's gonna do it, Nikki. Jazzy said, so stressed. So this live is very much needed. Oh, thank you for being here, Jazzy. NTR said, hey, Star fam. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Toya Star. I also was introduced. Yeah! Run me my money. Hey, Greta. Hey, Philly. Philly Jones said, yes, traders, please. I'm ahead at 9. No shade with traders coming. Oh my God, it must be that good. Okay, I got to check it out. Hey, Candace. Hey, Jasmine. We are here for the vibes. I know that's right. Hey, SW Stars Entertainment. Nikki, speaking of Hershii, would you ever consider reviewing the Black and Queer shows that's on YouTube? Chasing, Atlanta, LA. Oh, I love you. Love you too. I thought we talked about this. I don't feel like it's my place as a straight woman to review those shows. I can watch it, of course. I'm a fan of the show. But I don't feel like it's my place to like review that show. It's not my community, and I don't feel like I should have an opinion on a community I'm not a part of. Because I feel like, I don't know. I just don't feel like that's my place. But I love, I love me some chasing. I love all them chasings. I'm so mad that Chasing Atlanta is done and not coming back, or at least this cast. I really like this cast, but I feel like they've been stressing out in Dario, and for the amount of stress that they put him through, the little money that's coming in, because I watched Alex's Mr. Twix. I watched his live, and he talked about it. He said that Dario was just stressed. Everybody was saying that he was, creating fake storylines for them, and it's just not a lot of money, and he just wasn't happy. And he even posted that he was depressed, and now that he canceled that show, he's happier. So, it's unfortunate because it was a really, really good show. I hope he finds the right producers and people to really invest in that show, because I think it's really good. And I really, really like the cast. The only thing I think he should do moving forward, if he brings everybody I would bring everybody back except for We Are Born. I'm sorry, We Are Born are just negative. They are negative. They always bring that show down to a low that it just does not need to go. So that's what I would do. I would bring all the cast back except We Are Born. There is something not right with them. Is something not right? But that's all the opinion I have on that show. I'm gonna stay in my lane. Hey, Sarah. Sarah said the first season was so good. Okay, I have to watch it. I said Sarah, not Sari. Sorry.
Sure. Translate into which language?
No. Bye. Thank you. I have to watch it. I'm gonna binge it over the weekend. Is it on that? Oh no, it's on Peacock. I was like, girl, if it's on Netflix, you want to get in line, because I told you I'm watching everything on Netflix before I cancel. I just watched that, what is it? Hayukashi show? Oh, it was so good. What is the name? Oh, girl. This show? Yu Yu Hakusho? Oh, I'm telling you, you would have thought that I was a 14-year-old boy. I was watching that like, yes, yes. It's not a gun. He got a spirit. It's a spirit gun, but it's like power. It's a great show. It's a great show. Such a good show. Oh God, if they get a season 2, I'm gonna be in trouble. I'm gonna need somebody's password. She's not. Crystal just doesn't have it in her. Crystal just doesn't have it in her. She's not going to come for her at all. Dorit going to scream at her one time and she's going to be in tears. Eltavina said, my question for Kyle is, let's be honest, please. Are you dating Morgan or not? She's gay fishing at this point. She is gay fishing at this point. Hey, Give Me Shelter. Thank you for being here. Chantel said Candace has been on a press run the last few days. As much as they want to ice her out, she is becoming the face of the show. Absolutely. Each interview has been flawless. Listen, she's that girl, period. Like her or love her, she's that girl. Give Me Shelter said, Nikki in chat, I may be in a minority, but I think Kyle is giving that. It's really, really given that. And she hasn't given anything since she got on that show. I feel like this is the only season where if she's in the front, I'll be like, okay, this makes sense. This makes sense. I am dying right now because I am not able to get the Valentine's Day collection in pink. Because y'all know I got it in red. But I need it in pink. I need it in pink. And I'm so upset that I cannot get it. You never have enough. You never have enough. I need more. I need more. I think when I get my entire collection in the in flame, I think that's what I'm going to be done. So good. So good. Did you know that Wayne the Pain had kids? What woman was dating him? Ciao. Oh my gosh. Probably somebody he met in church. Vodka said, okay, Nikki, would you review Dubai Bling, the Netflix show? That one is Real Housewives of Dubai, is what Real Housewives of Dubai should be, in my opinion. I'll check it out. I have it saved. I've never watched it, but I'll check it out. I don't know when I'll get to it because I'm preparing for Love is Blind to come back. It's just, we got a lot of shows, y'all, to get through. Those are the ones that I wanted. Congrats. I hope by the time I get a nice coin, like an extra coin, that they're still around by the time I get them. Or if they're at the next Factory to Table sale. That would be awesome. Always in my business. I'm going to get a couple more and then we're going to get started. Okay, I'm going to check it out. Shonda said, please like the video and subscribe to get NikkiStar TV, the 16K subscribers. Listen, I'm going to be, I'm lying. I was about to say I'm going to be here more often. The thing is, I'm going to stop saying that because I feel like every time I say that, something comes up. So we're going to get to you. We're going to get to you. Fareed said, do you think Dorito was going to double down on her ignorant comments at the reunion or give white tears and give a fake apology? White tears and fake apology. White tears and a fake apology. Doubling down is career suicide. If you're on a show like this. Now, if you're on a show on Fox News, you'll be fine. It was your childhood, really? Oh, really? I saw that. I saw something about that. And, I'm not as devout as I used to be, but I still love and serve the Lord. So I was just like, do I want to watch something called The Devil's Plan? So I checked out of that one. But if you say it's good, I might check it out. Okay. Oh, thank you. Why are you guys giving me more shows to binge? I'm trying to get off that streaming service. It was so, all the fight scenes. I was like, gag. It was so good. It was so good. KMD, thank you for being here. I hope she's not gay baiting. If she is, not smart. The gays are nothing to play with. Like that lady on White Lotus, she said the gays are trying to kill me. Kyle, don't play with them. Don't play with the alphabet mafia. They sweet until they not, girl. Don't play with them. JG said Candace becoming the face of Real Housewives of Potomac is laughable. Doing the Chitlin circuit. Oh my God. Gagged. I was like, women, we be down bad. Down bad. He probably got them in their ovulation cycle, so they ain't know what they was doing. You got to get back on it. It's done. It's not coming back for a minute. Andario said, "This is it." It may, if we harass him enough, it may come back. But he said, "This is it." KMD said, "I'm a lesbian, and when I watch Colin Morgan, I'm like, oh, she might not be playing." Did you see that video? See, that's the thing. I swore she was gay baiting. Then I saw that video. I'm like, why would you do this? Like, what is going on? I don't know. Jade said, I pray Crystal lays into Dorit. Oh, I don't think it's going to happen, Jade. I think she's practicing on her posts. All her posts are giving me some faith. That child bride comment was very racial. Child, I ain't want to say it. I was like, Dorit, you stay in some mess. I was like, child bride, yikes. She stay in some mess. But of course, women need to always be wary if they have a spotlight. You always need to be wary of your partners and see if they want to be in a spotlight as well. Very dangerous place to be. Oh, absolutely. There's going to be an apology. Blue Jay said you should tune into Hunter. Everybody's saying that. Then it's 146 episodes. Girl, if I got through Bleach, I can get through that. It's on Hulu. Okay, I'm gonna keep Hulu for a minute. Hey Vicky, thank you for being here. Keisha said, I'm sorry, I missed what anime show had the good fight scenes. Oh, I can't say it. Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I was up at like 3 a.m. finishing it. It's so good. And like why is Kyle in panties in her kitchen and like sucking on water? It was just so weird. I'm like, what is happening, girl? Come out. Like, what is happening? It was weird. Multi said, I spend my time on Netflix watching Bollywood movies and reliving my childhood. We spent weekends watching them as a family. I also watched the Nigerian and other African movies on Netflix. That's the only thing not the only thing, but that's what the streaming services are good for. Like I would have never watched Yu Yu Hakusho had it not been for like streaming services. But I just feel like they've moved away. They've lost the plot and they've moved away from the reason why we love them. And they just become a cash cow. Philly Jones said, now it's racial when it's child brides from every race culture. And that's why I don't know if it wasn't just shade, but it's Dorit. So I don't know. True. Now I picked that up. She may have not known that. I will say that. I will say that. Gibby Shelton said, well, Crystal got with Kyle last reunion, so I'm saying optimistic. We'll see. She has some choice words for Anne-Marie and Dorit. We got to be honest. Crystal was absolutely in the right for getting Anne-Marie together, but she often bucks up when it's a Black woman. She has a lot of restraint for the white girls, but when it's the Black girls, just an observation. Multi said, every time I say I'm canceled, I know. I just cannot do another increase. I can't. Oh, yeah. I'm a Bleach hoe. I didn't talk about Bleach with y'all. I love Bleach. That's why if you ever hear me say sister, that's from Bleach. Oh, I was about to get into this one. I was about to get it. Thank you, Give Me Shelter. Yes. Oh, I love me some anime. I love me some anime. Child, if it was allowed, I would have been with the weird Black boys running around in high school. Super Saiyan. I would have been doing all that stuff. Fareed said, I know you can't really get, oh God, to that show, but what was your opinion on Monica being fired and not Heather? They're never getting rid of Heather. Why? Because this show is based around inbred Mormons. Real talk. So, if you're going to do a show in Salt Lake City, we're going to need Mormons, right? And then you have a bad Mormon, somebody breaking away from Mormonism. So she's not going anywhere. Monica never fit the show because she doesn't fit Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City is a white Mormon town. People only think that it's diverse like that. There is diversity there, but it's not a lot. And people only think it's diverse like that because of Sundance. Sundance brings a diversity and then the diversity leaves, right? So it's a really white Mormon town. And somebody like Monica just did not fit the aesthetics of that show because she was giving, let's be honest, she was giving more Miami than Salt Lake City. I think she was phenomenal. I think she was great, just on the wrong show. She's a star wherever she goes. If she goes to Trader, she's going to kill. If she goes to the Challenge, she's going to kill. Wherever she goes, she has a great, compelling story, and she's a star. But a star of color can't shine on that show. It just doesn't fit the aesthetic. And that's it. No more Salt Lake questions, guys. Altavina said, the one thing I am appreciating Dorit is that she only seems intrigued about Kyle's new friendship, but not her shading Kyle for her clothes. Damn, not the stripper heels. Why? And why does Kyle have Morgan shoes? Like, let us know what's going on. This is the thing. I'm not telling nobody to come out the closet, but you're not going to open the closet and show me what's going in and then close the door and make me feel crazy. Like I ain't just see what I saw. That's my only thing. That's my only thing. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's my girl. Okay, I'm gonna watch Castlevania too. Now let's get started. The first show we're going to talk about, because we've just been talking about it. Let's get into the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Garcelle got to keep the red hair. Like, I'm sorry, but Garcelle is eating this hair. Where's my girl? She looks beautiful. And I love it when it's bone straight and parted down the middle. For some reason, black girls eat that look up. Black girls eat the bone straight parted down the middle. Especially when it's like a 27-incher. My God, today. She just has to keep the red hair. She looks good. Can we talk about how Kyle, there's something happening here. I don't think that her husband is aware, right? Because Kyle is now telling all her business. Her man don't support her. He should have been there at her that she had for her friend who took her own life. May she rest in peace. She didn't have it on earth, but I pray that she has it in the afterlife, right? So she's telling us he don't support, he don't do this. I couldn't do any of this. I gave him everything. He didn't give me nothing, right? I understand that. Is it a lot? Yes, because you'll never talk about this man. Now you telling us everything about this man. And I feel like trying to give us a narrative about him. The issue is he don't care. He don't care. Because in this, I think it's a scene where they're in a car going to Homeless and Toothless, whatever that. Just a terrible name. It is a terrible name for an organization. Rich people are so freaking out of touch. Let me tell you something. If I was homeless and toothless, I wouldn't take that check from them. Absolutely not. You're not going to parade me around at your event and being like, this is Nikki. She used to be homeless and toothless. She's still homeless, but she's not toothless. Excuse me? Absolutely not. Anyway, so they're going to this event and they're in a car and she's just like, he normally just picks up and tells me that he's leaving and he just goes. He never preps me, never lets me know ahead of time. It's, oh, I'm going to Portland. Oh, I'm going to Costa Rica. He never like lets me in. So I don't feel like I need to let him in or prep him that I'm going to Mexico with Spain with the girls, right? Because these ladies would never do Mexico, but they'll do Barcelona like it's nothing. Come on. So anyway, she says to him and she's just like, yeah, the girls and I are going to Mexico. And he's like, oh, sweet. He don't care. Oh, he doesn't care. This is so sad. He just did not care. He's like, oh, cool. And she just sat there quiet. And I feel so bad for her because she wanted a reaction. She wanted him to be like, oh, why didn't you tell me earlier? So they can go back and forth. And she could be like, well, you don't tell me. And I feel like you trying to check out of this relationship. He been checked out, girl. He been checked out. And it's so sad because she wants to get some kind of reaction from this man. And he paying her dust. Oh, ooh. Andy, ask the right questions when she in that chair. Ask the right questions. Let's get into esophagus gate. No shade. Is it Anne Marie or Anna Marie? Because I feel like her name goes back and forth. I'm not calling you 8.5 because even though you have not been given a great performance, that's embarrassing. I wouldn't tell NT by T that my man calls me an 8.5 because to him, I'll never be a 10. What is that? That's insane. I would never tell anybody that, especially let's keep a buck. You the 10 in the relationship. Ciao. Let's talk about the husband. Absolutely not on this platform. So anyway, Anne-Marie is taking the heat for esophagus gate. I don't know why. She seems to be a really smart woman. I don't know why she's taking this bait from Kyle. Maybe it's because, she came in through Kyle and she wants to get another season. But we talked about this yesterday in my Potomac interview, my Potomac review. These ladies have to come on with something different because the fans, the ones who are keeping everybody's lights on, do not like the show. We don't like when y'all come on the show and y'all just go after somebody unwarranted, right? It would be different if you came on the show and something was talking to you slick, so you matched her energy. Then we would be like, well, something should have said that to her. There was nothing there. She was kind to you. She was inviting to you. You come on this show. Kyle put this battery in your back. You come on the show talking about that the medical condition that she actually has is a lie and saying this is an excuse for an eating disorder, and you expect it to go over well on this with this audience. My God, today, y'all don't do no research. Y'all don't do no research on the shows. Y'all just come on here and y'all just want attention because to y'all, this is high school, right? Y'all come on here and y'all crave popularity that y'all never got. And a lot of times it's women who are with very famous or successful men who are like athletes or just rich guys. And because a lot of people know of their men and don't know of them, they do stuff like this, like come on these shows and crave attention and do every and anything to stay in the spotlight, but not realizing that this is a terrible way to go. Y'all got a book with me. I'm trying to help y'all. You're coming on this show trying to get out of your husband's shadow, but now you're getting on the bad side of white women. Wake up. This show is catered to middle-class white women and working class and poor white women who aspire to this ridiculous kind of wealth, right? You need to know your audience. Yes, the blacks are here. We're not in large numbers. It's not enough of us to keep you on the show, especially when you're unlikable. So if the majority of the fan base is not feeling you, mama, you might not see another season. I would have never come on this show gunning for a likable white woman and saying that she has an eating disorder. No shade, I would have went after Crystal. I mean, now y'all in this beef, but you don't have the support of Sutton. So now you on an island by yourself because Kyle is never going to admit that she was the one who told you this. She's never, even when it comes up at the reunion, they're going to forgive her in 2 seconds and they're still going to crucify you. Y'all need to study these shows before y'all get on them. Y'all watch them like a fan. You need to be studying them and doing research because this is now your job. Y'all don't do that. This is all Kyle's doing, right? You should have been when you were getting grilled at that table. You should have been like, oh, wait a minute. I only said that, Sutton, because Kyle said this. F her. You're trying to stay on this show. You're trying to be liked by this fan base. So no matter if Kyle wants you there or not, there ain't nothing she can do. But you're sitting there knowing that Kyle told you to say these things and just not revealing your source. Even when you call Sutton to apologize, you say you want to apologize for your part, right? And Sutton's like, just your part. You're all of the parts. But you should have said, I wanted to apologize because I assumed something about you because of what I was told. You didn't do none of that. And I think because of that, you might be a one-season wonder. Now listen, you're going after Crystal, who is just, they just don't like her. No shade. The people of color are trying to keep her on the show, but it's not enough of us. It's not enough. The Caucasian, she not their favorite. She not their favorite, right? So Dorit gonna start beefing with her. Now you beefing with her. If you got any sense, you link up with Dorit. That's what I would do. I would link up with Dorit. The only thing I wouldn't engage in is in the issues that she's having with Garcelle, because Garcelle is liked. Garcelle is the person of color that's liked and loved on this show. And she is the one where Black people who don't even watch this show will clock in to save her. You, not so much. So I wouldn't get into that conversation, and I wouldn't start patting her, Dorit's back and making her believe that she didn't do anything wrong. I would be like, well, yeah, I understand where Garcelle is coming from. You know what I mean? Play the game. Play the game. But I would link up with Dorit and get Crystal out of there. Do you want to stay or not? Think about it. Call me. I'm available. But going after Crystal on your own is not going to work. And she's been there enough and she's liked enough, especially by, Sutton and Garcelle. So you're in a bad situation. A bad situation. But this is why, since we're talking about this is why Kyle should never leave the show. Here is why. She orchestrated this whole entire thing. And not one person has implemented her in this. Not one person has implemented Kyle in this. Listen, say what you want about people who ghost produce on this show. If you ghost produce to a point where we have several episodes about the drama that you ghost produce and nobody clocks you, you did a good job. You did a good job. Let's get into Kyle gay baiting or gay fishing. Why you got Morgan shoes in your luggage? Like, what is... I feel like she playing with us. And I feel like being gay or not, it's just not something you should play with. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't feel like you should play with any kind of identity that is associated to a marginalized community. But again, rich people don't think. They don't have no sense. They got money, but they all dummies. I'm like, you can toil the line, but for so long before this does not work in your favor. So you need to come out at some point and say, oh no, this is my friend. We were just playing while it's still like fresh and nobody's really paying attention. But if you do this for too long, I'm telling you, the tides is going to turn. The tides is going to turn. So you either better say that this is your friend and you're just joking, or she's like a niece to you, or that you and Morgan are hunching. You got to say something at some point, because and you cannot make it, oh, people are trying to force me out. Girl, bye. You playing with everybody. Oh, Morgan's shoes. You knew where the camera was. You're not a dummy. You're an actress. You knew where the camera was. You opened it and you even mentioned it. If you wouldn't have mentioned it, nobody would have known that those good ship lollipop shoes was Morgan's. You mentioned it. I wouldn't play with that community. As a white woman, I wouldn't play with any marginalized community's identity, because it's quiet now. But when they get loud, you're going to start losing money. That's just my 2 cents. Anne-Marie, or Anna Marie, whatever your name is, you don't know how to apologize. All you got to do is apologize and you and Sutton will be able to move forward, right? You do not know how to apologize. She apologizes to Sutton like several times. And the reason why she has to keep on doing it is she's like, oh, I'm not going to refresh that and go with there. I'm not going to keep on apologizing to you. You haven't. Your apologies are so nasty. I apologize if I made you feel bad because you are lying about having a small esophagus and you having an eating disorder and you being a terrible person. I apologize that you feel bad that I said that. What are you talking about? That's not an apology. And she keeps on going, I'm not going to keep on apologizing. You haven't. You are too nasty as a newbie. That's the thing. You can be nasty as a newbie if you're more famous than everybody on this show. Kathy Hilton can walk on the show and do whatever she wants. She's Kathy Hilton. You are not. Anne-Marie. What's going on? You have to do better. Did anybody coach you, or did you just come on here on your own? All of y'all, before y'all get on reality TV, need coaching. My DMs are open. Listen, I'm not cheap. I overprice the rich. You got it. And I need some more La Crusade. So let's get into Anne-Marie and Crystal getting into it. at dinner. So again, although I'm on Crystal's side, Anne-Marie is just ridiculous. Talon said that woman said that something had an eating disorder. Girl, what are you doing? What are you doing, right? But I just have to be honest. Crystal only bucks up to black people. Now, to black women especially. Because I feel like she does a little bit more. She's a bit more aggressive with them because she can get away with it. People are like, oh my goodness, she came for something. She absolutely came for something until she couldn't anymore, right? Here is why. Sutton was on the outs with the clique of white women, of the clique of Karens that she was trying to get into. So that was a safe white woman to go after, right? When it became not so safe anymore, she knew her place, right? And she backed right up off of it, right? Because when she realized she was losing the war and Sutton had found favor with them again, remember, all of a sudden Kyle was on her side because she didn't like Sutton. Then all of a sudden Kyle was like, oh, she's doing too much. And then Dorit started chiming in. Then Erica started chiming in. Then Renna started chiming in about how Crystal was doing too much. But they was putting the battery in your back to go after her. And now all of a sudden, when y'all go on the trips, Kyle got you sleeping in the slave quarters when you was her bestie when the season started. So when she realized that the tides was turning for her, she backed up off of Sutton and became her bestie. I don't have a problem with it. I've been saying it in all my reviews. I've been wanting Crystal, Sutton, and Garcelle to link up and take over the show. It's just not going to happen, but that's okay. We can all dream. Like MLK, I can have a dream as well. So that's just not going to happen, but it's fine. I'm okay with it. So I do feel like she gets a little bit aggressive with the black girl. She did the same thing with Garcelle. Then she found out how well Garcelle is liked. Like, we got to tell the truth and shame the devil. They can't touch her. Ain't nobody on that show touching Garcelle. And when they figured that out, they backed all of them, backed up off of her. Poor Dorit is going to have a very hard season. Because that conversation that she had with Garcelle at lunch, listen, it seems like in the next episode, Garcelle is going to say, well, I believe you and I realize that you're trying. So maybe she may get out of it. But my God, today, when that episode dropped, she was getting dragged. So she going to find out real quick that Garcelle is untouchable. But I still feel like at the time when Crystal was coming for Garcelle, when she felt like she could, it was a lot of aggression. It was a lot. And here's the same thing for Anne-Marie. You're yelling at her and calling her a B. I don't know. It never was that deep. It never was that deep. And even when you did it, you looked at the other women for some kind of support. And when you didn't get that support, you backed up. I gotta call what I see. Is she right? Absolutely. She handled them black chicks a little differently than the ones that really be putting her through it. And I feel like Anne-Marie and Crystal are going to be a really good match. They will not have the first cheers, but I feel like if they stay here, there's going to be a back and forth with them at the reunion. I don't think that Crystal's going to have guns blazing for Dorit. I don't believe it. I don't think that she will be able to stick up to her. And the way she's trying to stick up to Anne-Marie, I don't think that it's going to work, because although I'm not on Anne-Marie's side, I'm on Crystal's. Even though I believe that Crystal absolutely said all those things. I absolutely believe that she said that the ladies were uneducated and unintelligent and all those stuff, and that they're trying to be socialites, but she's the real, they're trying to do everything that she does because she's a real socialite. I believe that. I believe that she said that. I do believe that Anne-Marie probably exaggerated how she said it. I think some was like a bit joking and like light shade. I do think that was there. I don't think it was as sinister as Anne-Marie is trying to make it, but I do believe Anne-Marie that Crystal said those things. And even though I believe Anne-Marie, I'm still Team Crystal, because Anne-Marie, you just came in hot and wrong, and you don't acknowledge your faults. You are a Larsa Pippen. My God, today you just want to be right. You don't acknowledge that you are wrong, and it's unfortunate because you want to be liked, but you're making yourself so unlikable. Having said that, she cleared Crystal at that table. She cleared Crystal at that table. You need to be thanking me, because finally I gave you something to be relevant. I was like, oh my God. And Crystal just stared at her. I was like, Crystal, this is you. You gotta get her bag. You gotta, oh, okay, 8.5. You know what I mean? Like, and Crystal just, she's not that girl, and that's okay. That is okay. She's not that girl. I think that Crystal needs, if she's gonna go for somebody, she needs support. Like when Sutton finally was just like, oh no, that's not who she is. Crystal's not like that. She got a bit more energy, but you got to be able to stand on your own feet on this show if you're going to do this. Like you're going to need to stand on your own. So we'll see. I am very interested in seeing how this relationship plays out. I hope this is so sad, but I don't want them to make up too soon. Here is why. I think that they both can make each other better housewives. I think if Anne Marie stays on her neck and continues to clear her, Crystal is going to get fed up and, give her a bit more heat than she would anybody else because she's colored. But I think, with that, then Anne Marie will be able to have something to battle back and forth with. And then we will start to see how this group forms outside of Rita. Because right now, everybody's just really relieved to not have that negative energy. And I think that's great. I think that's great. I love watching them having a good time. But I think now we got to start seeing who clicking up. Like what's going on here? And not like in a negative way, right? Like I said, I want to see Sutton, Crystal, and Garcelle become a power trio. You know what I mean? Dorit and Kyle is kind of like, fumbling all over the place because I feel like Erica is just by herself at this point because she just realized that nobody had her back. So she's just floating around, which I like. I like this Erica. My only thing is, Erica, you can't bring up that case. You are not favorable. I feel like she's still missing the plot. She's missing the point, right? Of why people were upset with her. Oh, you ladies need to apologize to me because I was right about the earrings. You are missing why they were upset with you about the earrings, right? Because you were acting like a victim. You were not a victim of this man. So you're acting like the victims are wrong for coming after the monies that was spent on you. You're like, they're coming after me. They're doing these things to me. No, all they're saying is, can I have that Dolce & Gabbana jacket so that I could pay my mortgage and my medical bills that I was awarded, that your man stole and flexed on you? And you were making yourself a victim. So that's what everybody was saying. That was the issue, not the earrings. It was how you handled this and how you saw yourself in this situation. But you're still missing it. And I think that you're so likable now. I would step away from that. I would step away from the earrings because it's just this whole case. It's just not a good look for you. So I will back out of that. Back to Crystal. So this comment that Dorit made about her, the child bride thing. Here's the thing. I think had it been said by anybody else, it probably wouldn't have been an issue. But because Dorit is having racial issues on this show, especially with how she talks and treats Garcelle, we've called it out several times. I think because it's coming from her, anything that she says to a person of color, to a Black person or a person of color, or anybody from a marginalized community, is just always going to seem loaded because she's presented herself to be this ignorant white woman, right? To sit in the face of a Black woman and say that I understand what you're going through because I'm Jewish, while being a whole white woman. Insane. Absolutely insane. So everything that she says to a Black person, a person of color, or anybody from a marginalized community is just always going to be loaded. So that's why that blew up like that, because she has shown herself to be ignorant. I personally do not think she said it in that way, right? But I am not the one that she said it to or about. So however Crystal feels about that, I'm going to stand beside her. That's all I wanted to say about this episode. What do you guys think? Let's get into it. I'm going to try to get as many as I can because we got like 2 other shows. Like, I'm after y'all give give them new teeth, what do? Y'all throw them back to the streets? Like, I'm so confused. And how, like, after they get all this medical stuff done to their face, are they recovering in tents? Like, are y'all putting them somewhere? Are y'all putting them up somewhere? Like, crazy. It's the worst name ever. That's why everybody on the episode before this one was like laughing every time they said it, because it's a terrible name. Hey, sup, people? Thank you for being here. Philly John 86 said, well, they said, peep how after the homeless, not toothless, Dorit got her money up. Glam 1500 PJ. You know what? Y'all messy. Jay said, we're seeing why Kyle's sisters don't do her. Forever calculating victim. I honestly think Kyle, look at me, Kyle. I feel like if you stop talking about your sisters on this show, y'all could really have a good relationship. I think you just keep on talking about the issues that you have from your perspective. And I think it's not helping. It's not helping. NC said, I said the same thing regarding Crystal. She doesn't keep that same energy for Dorit and Kyle, who are constantly sunning her. Yep. Sunning. Oh my gosh, NC. You took it back. Not sunning. Sunning her, but didn't think twice about call the black chick a B. And like off grit. Right out the gate. You're yelling at her and calling her out her name? It took you seasons to even lightly raise your voice to Kyle. But right off grip, I'm telling you, people treat unprotected communities the way they treat them because they know that they can get away with it. Now, I'm always talking about how Black women are the most disrespected and unprotected community in the globe. However, right under us, children. You see how people talk to children and treat children and talk about them? My God, today. I did not know that so many people hated their kids until COVID. Teachers were like, oh my goodness, we're dying. Please, let's keep your kids home and let's do Zoom classes. And the parents are just like, oh, I don't want to be around them that long. I don't like to. You don't like little Bobby? Bobby Jr.? Child. So people will treat you how they feel that you are because you are not protected. So Crystal all of a sudden knows how to talk to Kyle and Dorit and Sutton, but not them Black girls. NC said, oh, I got that. Spency, what's up? Said, OMG, that man is a demon. Also, people are willing to give up so much information on the internet. Please bring back. What the hell was I talking about? What was I talking about in that moment to make you say that? Child, let me go back and watch this. Her husband. Yes. Child, I was like, what? Fareed said, yeah, it was clear she watched the show and knew Sutton is a target to go after because she gets the girls talking. Absolutely. But they always found out later how beloved the person they came for was. And then they're just like, oh, that was a bad decision. Give me shelter said, Kyle thinks she's LVP, but she isn't. We watched Kyle feeding lines to Anne-Marie about Sutton and Crystal. Absolutely. We need LVP back. I know it will never happen, but my God, today she was Beverly Hills. LVP and Kim Richards. Candace said, Anne-Marie is too busy doing Kyle's bidding to be concerned about her future on the show. Ciao. Consulting reality TV stars across the globe. Fareed said, I love she's not scared to get into the mix, but let it be natural drama. Yes, the newbies are too obvious when they have an agenda. The OGs are more smooth with it. Absolutely. Altavina said, I realized that you had the same name as Robin from Potomac, Juan roommate, so I had to say that. All in good heart. Oh, what? What did you say? What didn't I catch? Oh, Give Me Shelter said, if Dorit called Kyle the child bride and challenged Anne-Marie, not yell at her, she would be a fave. If Dorit called Kyle a child bride and challenged Anne-Marie, she would be a fave. Why would she call Kyle a child bride? Isn't her and Mauricio the same age? Oh yes, they both will benefit from each other. Dorit could beat the racist allegations, and Anne Marie will be a part of the Untouchables. Fareed said, "I hope she's a one season wonder. Pack it up." Oh, she's transphobic too. Oof. Mm. 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 Elta Bean said 8.5 cannot apologize at all. Who says sorry? I gotta go to my loving husband. That was not an apology. And I'm not gonna. That calls you an 8.5 child, and I'm not gonna be alone and depressed as y'all. Men are ever the. Thank you. Never the prize. Never the prize. Give Me Shelter said it's weird how Kyle fans are mad at Mauricio when she's having or suggesting an inappropriate relationship with a 28-year-old. Can't stand Kyle. I think that, first of all, they're fans of her, but also because, the street's been talking about him for a while. So they're just finally, he's her Juan. You know what I mean? So people are just finally happy, though, even though she's still married. People are like, yes, girl, get your lick back. But she's getting her lick back to someone who doesn't care. Guys, Morgan is in her 20s. Let's not. She absolutely lacks self-awareness. I'm like, how do you say this to people and you're okay? How do you say that? Absolutely. She'll never come for somebody who she knows will bite back. That's how terrible Anne Marie has been on this show. I'm like, you know what? Even though you're wrong, girl, I'm going to ride with you. I'm going to ride with you. Hey, Chantel. Chantel said, right, I can't remember her bucking up to anyone else. She doesn't. When did her and Garcelle get into it? In the very beginning. She always has something slick to say to Garcelle. And I was just like, what is your beef with her? Like, what? She always has something slick to say. Never said nothing to Kyle, but always has something slick to say to Garcelle. And I noticed it because she would never talk to the other housewives like that. But for Garcelle, she had all the heat. Jade said Dorit's caption on her Instagram post should have her under major fire at the reunion. We will see. Jade said Anne-Marie isn't even a good spar. She literally lies with video footage proving she's a liar. She just gets called out and makes herself a victim, and everybody's so jealous. That's typical housewife. Typically how a housewife fights. Erica still, give me shelter. Erica still doesn't have the earrings. People were commenting mostly because of how callous she behaved. That's what it was. And she continues to miss the point. Fareed said, what did you think of Denise coming back? For me, it was a flop and misguided anger because Teddy and Lisa wasn't there. I would like to have Denise back on the show without some of the issues that she's having. I felt like I didn't like the way that she was shown on this show or how she presented herself. Something's going on there, and it's just not fun to watch somebody struggle like that. That's the thing, Chantel. You're on it. Dorit has too many examples of putting her foot in her mouth. You could only claim ignorance with me one time. Like, that's the thing. Had anybody else said it, it would not have been a big issue. But because it's Dorit who continues to make comments like this, how can you read it any other way? Because I'm telling you, when I watched her say that, I was like, right? Had it been anybody else, I wouldn't have thought twice. But it's coming from her, who has a history of being problematic. Gibby Shelter said, no, Anne-Marie is doing too much. She didn't get called a B until she started lying about Crystal to Crystal's face, about eating disorder, all of this. No, Crystal should have called her. No, listen, I'm here for that. But I need Crystal to do that with everybody, not just the melanated folks. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, Shonda. Please like this video to get Nikki to 16K. Let's move on to the Real Housewives of Miami. Guys, this show is so elite. I hate that it's not breaking a million. I hate that it's not breaking a million. This show is so good because, first of all, we're wait a minute. Yeah, they're in Spain. Where are they? Are these ladies in Spain as well? Wherever they're at, they finally they've left America, unlike the Real Housewives of Potomac. What is the budget? What is the budget? So anyway, oh no, Mexico. Yeah, tequila. Mexico. So as soon as they land in Mexico, it's a fight off grip. A fight off grip. Larsa goes off on Alexia because Larsa doesn't she's talking about how she has to work to take care of her family. She has 2 homes and she has a lot that she has to take care of. She's mad at Alexia because Alexia was just like, listen, anytime you invite us somewhere, it's always for work. And Larsa was just like, oh, that hurt my feelings. And Alexia was like, I don't care, mommy, it's true. I don't care, mommy, it's true. Alexia's obviously a Karen, but my God, today, the way she doesn't back down, even when she's wrong, I eat it up. It's true. It's true, girl. It's true. Alexia, just say so. No, I'm not going to apologize. What do I have to apologize for? Everything, girl. Everything. Well, Larsa was getting so upset because Alexia was not apologizing. She was just like, it's the truth. Like every time you invite us somewhere, it's a work trip. Facts are facts, Larsa, because even your own show showed that anytime you invite these ladies somewhere, it's a work trip. It's a brand trip. And here's the thing. Larsa sells her feet. Pictures of her feet online and pictures of her in like panties and stuff and like sexually suggestive, stances and poses. And, I feel like as a woman who is, let's be real here, an elder, there's nothing wrong with aging. Aging at this point is a flex. Is a flex because a lot of people ain't gonna be able to do it because this planet is dying, baby, and nothing is going to be done because nobody goes after the rich people that are killing the environment. But I digress, right? So she a half a century, you know what I mean? Like mama's an elder. She's an elder. So I feel like she don't want to do that stuff. I don't think that she wants to like be on OnlyFans selling all of this sexually explicit stuff. She doesn't want to do that, but she has to do that because, unfortunately, Scottie Pippen had an ironclad prenup. And why I say that is that whenever Larsa is challenged about having a work, she goes off because I feel like she feels like she got a terrible deal in this marriage and she is pissed off about it. And I feel like all of that heat that she was giving Alexia should have been for Scottie. Because how you going to get mad at Alexia that her man takes care of her? Like, that's not fair. And it's your child boyfriend. Let me stop being Dorit. Is he not giving you no money? Like, I hope Marcus ain't cheap. Like, is Marcus not giving you no money? What is going on? What is going on, Larsa? Absolutely not. You are older. You're supposed to be tricking them young boys. I can't believe this young boy is tricking you. What's happening? Did they lock him out of the fortune after he said that he started dating you? Like, what's going on? Y'all talk about everything else in your podcast. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. So anyway, she's jumping up in Alexia's face, and Alexia's like, it's the truth. Phenomenal housewife. This show is so elite. I hope, please don't let this show flop. They're so good. So literally, we're there for like a few seconds, and they're already getting into it. Larsa and Alexia are fighting about whose man takes care, about Alexia's man taking care. My hair is like in my eye. I can't find it. About, her man taking care of her. And Alexia is just like, well, you don't know if that's true. Because if you leave it up to Adriana, you will quickly find out that her man got evicted. We got people exposing evictions on this show. There it is, right? Hold on. I got a lash. I think it's an eyelash, or my eyelash is like turned inside. Like, what is happening? There we go. We got it. So they're having while Larsa and Alexia are having like this whole fight, Marisol is having hot flashes. So Larsa is so heated, she gets up in Alexia's face. Alexia's sitting there like, I said what I said. They're going back and forth. It's heated. Marisol's like, oh, guys, I'm hot. Burn it up. Can I get a drink? Then next thing you know, Marisol's laying down. And Adriana, her arch nemesis, is fanning her. All in the span of 5 minutes of this show being on. They are elite. Y'all need to be standing them like y'all seeing in Beverly Hills. These ladies show up to work. It was all chaos. It was all chaos. Like as soon as they got there, it's like right out the gate, it was a whole argument in a cast member about to pass out, and nobody cared but her enemy. Elite. They are showing up to work. Give them their flowers. My God, today I'm so proud of them, and I just feel like they need to be getting the same praise that Beverly Hills is getting. So while all of this is happening, while Larsa and Alexia are arguing and Marisol is about to pass out, we cut to Kiki in her confessional with a dildo. She got a dildo and she's wiping her fake tears with her dildo. And she's just like, y'all crying about not having enough money and not having a man to, or not having a man to do this and do that. I don't have any of that. I don't have no money and I don't have no man. All I have is this. And she starts waving the dildo. Oh, they are all so chaotic and just good TV. What an ensemble. What an ensemble. Can we talk about Mr. Gloria, Stefan, and Adriana? What's going on? What is it? What is it? Because Emilio, why are you putting all of this money into Adriana? No shade. I heard her studio session. And it's like an older woman. Why are you putting all this money into her? All your money, all your connections, all your star power is going into her. You're getting her jobs at Pride in Miami. We saw the clips. We saw that stage, the size of that stage. We saw the size of the audience. What's happening here? We have all heard the song. We have all heard her in the studio. What's up, Emilio? What's up? Because this not making no sense to me. Gloria, clock in. Gloria, clock in. This is weird, yo. This is very weird. And then she's showing up to studio sessions in like strips of like jean material. No pant. Last episode, she showed up with no panties. This like sarong, this jean sarong, and like these jean slits over her nipples. And you came to record? What's up? I'm not saying Emilio was doing something. I'm just saying he putting a lot of money and star power into Adriana. It's not making sense considering the music industry. When do big wigs in the music industry put all this money into a woman in her 50s breaking into music? What's going on? Are y'all money laundering? Something is going on. Something is going on. Then we get this cheating story about Marcus, right? All the ladies are talking about an article that was just released about Marcus cheating on Larsa, right? And Larsa's like, oh, it's not a big deal that he was dating somebody else. We weren't in a committed relationship, so it doesn't really bother me. And everybody was just like, but you said that you and him was spending Thanksgiving together. That wasn't your boyfriend? And she's like, guys, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. And they're all like, oh my goodness, she's in denial. I don't think so. I don't think that Larsa is in denial. I think that the same woman who almost beat up Alexia because Alexia has a husband that gives her money and supports her in a way that she does not have to work like Larsa is the same woman who will turn her head when the heir to Michael Jordan's fortune is dipping in and doing it with other women. She does not want to do the jobs that she's doing. And apparently the Real Housewives of Miami is not paying enough. So she has to sit up there at half a freaking century and post pictures of her feet. So, I won't say nasty because I'm not going to judge nobody's fetish. So, that probably some men that could never approach her are buying and telling her, giving her, paying more money for her to do sexually suggestive things. She wants to be out of that life. And she sees a way of her getting out of that life with this young bull who she's trying to have a baby with. Everybody's cuckoo. Everybody on this planet is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. When she said that she had embryos and she's just waiting for Marcus to fertilize, I was like, oh my gosh. I know the first Miss Jordan is just like, Lord, what did I do? Like, why is this my cross to bear? Like, I feel like that woman has been through enough just being married to Michael Jordan and then getting tossed away for an ethnic younger woman. Child, it's one thing when they go younger, then they go non-black. Yikes, right? So she's dealing with that. Now she's dealing with a woman who she used to host NBA brunches together back in the day, hopping up and down on her child. What? Like, she's been through enough. Now she's trying to have a baby with him? This show is elite. This show is a clock in. This show is elite. Whoo, child. What else happened on this damn show? Kiki. I love Kiki. I don't know if she's a friend of. I hope she's not still a friend of because she's a phenomenal housewife. Oh, shoot. I don't have her picture. I'll have it next week. But Kiki is a Haitian model. So beautiful. So fun. Great TV. You have got to let this issue of them not coming to your party go. Here is why. The ladies did not know that you were throwing them a party because even when you were on the bus and you were just like, oh my God, everybody's leaving. And I planned this whole party for them. Adriana was like, what? Like, nobody knew. Adriana, who's supposed to be your girlfriend, did not know that you put a party together for them. I honestly think that everybody left because they thought that they were getting driven to their cars. And they, instead of sitting in that traffic, they just were able to either walk or get an Uber to drop them off at their cars. They did not know that you wanted to take them to another location because you put together a party for them. Everybody who remained on the bus was shocked knowing this information. So you're mad at these ladies and you're going to keep this attitude going when it was clearly a misunderstanding. And although I like you, you are absolutely in the wrong on this one. And honey, you need to get a man and you need to get a man quickly. The way you were groping on those men in Mexico, I was concerned. You walking into museums, grabbing penises, grabbing behinds. Like it's a little weird. You a freaky frog and you need to chill out. You got to roll it back, girl. I was like, ooh, this could go another way in America. You chill out. Chill out. Let's talk about Gertie. I want her off this show. Here's why I want her off the show. While she is battling cancer, I want her off the show because these ladies do not cater to her in any kind of way. And it just breaks my heart. Nobody checks in on her. When they're in scenes, they're never checking for her. They still cuss her out like she's not dealing with a disease that has killed millions. They treat her so terribly. It breaks my heart. Like there's no hesitation in getting into an argument with her. And Larsa, you just look terrible. So they were at the table playing Truth or Dare, and Gertie had an issue because she was told some information about Larsa on her podcast, saying that basically she was, crying crocodile tears and, about her cancer diagnosis. Horrible in itself, right? So Gertie then confronts Larsa about it, and Larsa's just like, yes, because I said those things because I was working at my job. And Gertie was just like, listen, if me and you have buried the hatchet, why 3 days ago are you saying these things about me? You're reigniting an issue that we had. And everybody at the table, not saying this to Larsa, but saying it in their confessionals, oh, well, Gertie's going through cancer. She shouldn't do that. And even Marisol, the producer, had to drag it out of her. The producer was just like, would you fight with a woman who is battling cancer? And Marisol, no, I wouldn't. Why is that so hard for you to say? Why isn't anybody at that table saying, Larsa, calm the hell down? Like, don't talk to her like that. You are wrong. Like, nobody's standing up for her. Nobody's defending her. And I'm like, y'all just are coming off mad evil. Like, Larsa immediately just starts going for this woman's jugular. Really? I just feel like they treat her so terribly, and I feel so sad for her. I wish she had a more loving and supportive group. I mean, I know they're not friends. I know this is working. I know it's like a co-working situation, but my God, today, even your co-workers would treat you humanely. She doesn't even get that. They ready to brawl with her at any given day, any given moment about the littlest things. Larsa was in the wrong. Everybody at that table agreed in their confessionals, but nobody said it to her at the table. Terrible. That's all I have to say about Miami. What do you guys think before we get into Drag Race? Farisa, do you think some days the other ladies would learn how to fight with Garcelle without being ignorant at the same time, or they would be too scared to be dragged by Black Twitter, so they avoid conflict with her? I think it's the latter. I think they just avoid conflict with her because they don't want to be dragged. I think it's the latter. Eltavina said Larsa was bringing something from ages ago. I wasn't even surprised. She drives me crazy too, but she's an elite housewife. That's what happened. That's the truth. She was not backing down. And the thing about Larsa and Alexia, both of them want to win an argument. So neither one is going to back down, no matter if they're wrong or right. It's just not going to happen. So this argument will probably last for seasons. Chantel said, y'all have to be ready to tune into Traders. Everyone is talking about it. Yeah, I got to watch it. I got to watch it. The NNH said, this is why I wonder if Marcus has any real money of his own, with him being on reality TV and having that shady sneaker store. Also, we never see Larsa stay at his place. Like, he moved in with her real quick. Real quick. Like, I'm always gagged that I see him like working on reality TV. I'm like, ain't your dad a billionaire? What's going on? Like, something is not making sense to me. So if he's cut off from his father's fortune, that would make sense. But I'm just like, your mother has been through enough. Give her a break, Marcus. Elsavita said, by the way, Adriana looked good this season. That last outfit to the studio had me. It was a great outfit, but I'm like, you're showing up to your studio sessions pantyless? What the hell is happening? No, that don't make sense. That don't make sense. I ain't saying nothing's going on. I'm just pointing out the unusual. Hey, Rocky. Rocky said, hi, Nikki. Hi, Star fam. Nikki, I'm so happy you decided to review Drag Race again. Your reviews are the reason. Oh, yes, I'm glad that I'm back. They put the show on Friday, so it's just been very hard to like do a live. But since I want to start doing lives on Saturday again, we're clocked in the Drag Race. Tony said, to be honest, TBIS is literally the only reality show I watch. What is that show? To be honest, is literally okay. Real Housewives of Miami is the best and genuine. It's a good show. The NNH said Miami is a perfect escapist housewife show. Good to put on and just relax. No, not stressful like the other franchises. Absolutely. Ciao. I'm not saying nothing about Mr. Estefan. I'm just like, this is just really, Really, really weird. There's nothing wrong with that. I actually really love that she in her 50s is starting her music career. I think that's amazing because it shows that it's not over for women. I love that. I'm just saying this situation is real weird. Real weird. You know how hard it is to get somebody so well connected in the industry to like invest in you and believe in you and shout your name in rooms, no shade, with minimal talent. And I have never heard her say she's paying for these studio sessions. Unless she paying in puss. Anyway, Durga said, Nikki, not to throw another anime at you, but that has been mentioned. So I'm going to check that out as well. It's a masterpiece. And I wish I could watch it for the first time again. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Thank you for all of the suggestions. I was like, why don't you? I'm sorry. It's like the no panties. That was throwing me. Why would you go? As a woman, why would you go to the studio with? We're not going. Not Emilio. Not Emilio. Miss Brown, she could say, "Ooh, girl, pop back in just long enough to hear the theory." No, I didn't know. I didn't put no theory out there. I'm just saying it's mad weird. It's weird, Emilio. It's weird. It's weird. It's just weird, bro. I'm not saying nothing is going on. Gloria, please. I love you. I've loved you since I was a child. Please. I don't know what the Star family is saying, but I'm not saying that. I'm just saying your husband is looking crazy on this show. Star family, we are not doing that. We are not doing that. Elsa Vina said Larsa is trying to do an Ashley with Marcus and the babies, but she's dumber than Anne. I feel like she's trying to make up for the decision she didn't make with Scotty. Poor thing. Poor thing. I heard them rich people be doing stuff like that. I heard they'd be nasty with that money. So, I was like, you trying to have what? Kids? What? This is why I can't date broke. This is why I have to have my own money. Because I feel like when women get with men, especially when they ain't got no coin coming in or the coin that they want, y'all be making just crazy decisions. Great. So why do you want to be a new mom in your 50s? Like, come on. And you got that. No, I'm not saying that anything's wrong with that. I'm saying she has multiple children. Half of them are grown. This baby is looking like a cash grab. But I don't know if there's any cash to grab because it seemed like he locked out of the fortune child. You do some investigation. I'm sorry. I want to be a better influence. I'm gonna do better. And she said, love that we're starting to see and hear Kiki on a more deeper level. She's no longer putting on with being Larsa's sidekick, and she's rightfully called out for her selfishness. Yeah, I like Kiki. I've been saying I want more of her. Oh, she did? Oh, what was Adriana and is it Laura? Why were they shocked? Adriana was like, really? You're throwing a party for us? Oh. That's why I said that, but I didn't know that they knew. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And have you noticed how in like Spanish speaking situations, like whenever like Gertie or Kiki start speaking Spanish, everybody's like when they were at that store and she was speaking Spanish, I was like, there ain't no black Spaniards where you're from. Like, come on, guys. It's 2024. We can't do this. Like, Afro-Latinas and Latinos exist. I know with Gertie being Haitian, she's not considered an Afro-Latina, right? But baby, I was gagged when I found out that Haiti and the Dominican Republic, same location. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? I was like, what? Same location? The Spaniards will pay for their crimes. They will pay for their crimes. Josie said, no, Kiki told everyone. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you guys for clearing that up. Thank you for clearing that up because I didn't know that. Yes, and we love Dr. Nicole over here. We love Dr. Nicole over here. The only one. I'm like, even if I didn't like Gertie, I would not be trying to fight her while she's battling cancer. I would be like, it's fine, Gertie. We can move on. Who raised y'all? It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Josie said Lisa and Larsa are awful for picking fights with Gertie, knowing that she has cancer. Yeah, Lisa was my girl, but that right when she got into it with Gertie, I was like, oh, okay. And then tried to say, well, I'm going through a divorce. Girl, what? Girl, what? You fighting that tender-eyed man that you ain't never liked for coins and he ain't never getting up. She's fighting for her freaking life. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Oh, me too, Spency. I hope that she's getting support outside of this show. I really, really do. No one. Well, Dr. Nicole, but I don't feel like the whole cast should be writing for her. I feel like the whole cast, every time they have an issue, they should be like, no, we're not going to do this. This is for Gertie. Like, this whole season should be about helping their friend see it through. What are y'all doing? Arguments and everything absolutely could happen, but she should be the priority. Y'all crazy. Jay said the way they treat Gertie is sick. They handle Lisa better. Come on. Over a divorce to a man who ain't one. We reading tonight, ain't we? That's why you gotta have your own money. You won't be making the best decisions. You gotta have your own money. And poor thing, she's trying to get the mortgages paid. Scotty, why didn't you give the mother of your children more money? This is upsetting. This is upsetting. You could have gave her more money. But y'all share the same. I was an adult when I found that out. I was like, what? But they don't never talk about each other. Like, that's insane. Insane. And to read up on why it's split, ciao. Me too. Subtitles. Yeah, I'm a subtitles girl. Let's move on because we're about to get into colorism. And guys, we will be here all night. We will be here all night. Anyway, let's move on to Drag Race. Start your engines. May the best woman win. Anyway, let's first talk about the drag queens. Q will be in the top 4. Absolutely. The garment she puts together gagged me. Every freaking runway gagged me. If she's not in the final 4, it's because she quit. Plasma, a cute New York queen, Broadway queen. She may be in the final 4, but I'm not sure. I'm not as sure about her as I am about Q. Our Philly queen, Saphira, she's going all the way. I love her. I'm gagged. Uber talented. Just a phenomenal queen. I'm gagged. I will say this, y'all. This cast, I have never been able to make it to RuPaul's Drag Race, their show that they have in Vegas. If anybody from this cast is going to be on those shows, I'm going. This cast is phenomenal. They did their big one with this one. Tsunami, love her. She reminds me of Kiki. She reminds me of Kiki on Real Housewives of Miami. I love her. I don't think she's going to make it to the final 4. She could be a dark horse. Who knows? But I love her. I think her personality supersedes her drag. So that might work for her. But I don't know if I can see her in the final 4. Plain Jane. Bad attitude, but she's absolutely going to make it to the final 4. Her drag just eats. Look at this mug. Look at this mug. Love it. Got to work on that attitude. This is my winner. This is my winner. Nymphia win. This is my winner. This my only thing. The only thing that will get her out of the competition is if she cannot perform. We haven't seen her perform yet, but her runways, woo! They not catching her. They not catching her. Nobody, not even Q. And I love me some Q, but y'all not catching her on that runway. Morphine, beautiful gowns. Beautiful gowns. Mirage, beautiful girl, but the personality, I don't know. I feel like an acting challenge will probably be her demise. Hopefully I'm wrong. Maya, this is the thing, right? Maya is really popular in her city where she does drag. And sometimes the applause gets to your head and you think that you're a lot better than what you are. I'm not saying she's not a good queen, but I think that she walked on this show a little full of herself, and she's been downing a lot of drag that is eating her up for points. I feel like she's going to get humbled this season. Megami, love her. Hershii, my heart. My heart. I knew what I was going to get from Hershii because I've been following her for years. I knew what I was going to get. I'm not shocked that she got eliminated. But she's a star. She's a star. And I'm telling you, she's going to come back in All Stars and she's going to win. She's a star. A mandatory meeting. Love her as well. She's another one who I think is going to eat up All Stars. She needs this season and she's going to need to tour with Drag Race and just go on like international tours and, and perfect her makeup. And when she comes back, when she does that little touring season, she's going to eat. Y'all not going to be able to catch her. Dawn, I love her drag. I'm over the ears though. I feel like we've seen the ears so much. I need her to do something different. I feel like that's going to get tired on the show in a minute, especially on the runway. Beautiful gowns. Beautiful gowns. Let's get into this episode. Let's get into this episode. So I want to talk about this episode because this is the episode where my heart, Hershii Liqcor, went home, but I am proud of her. This episode is the mother of the balls. I do not have any of the ball looks. Here is why. I can't load that many images on my StreamYard. I'm going to work out something. I'm trying to work out something right now where I can be able to show you guys videos of a video of looks and see if this will support it. So I'm going to work on something. So by the time I do the next review, I'll have the looks. But this one, I just could not get all the looks up there. StreamYard would not allow me to do that. Boo! All this damn money I pay, I should be able to upload as many images as I want. Anyway, moving on. So what I like in this season, immunity is back. And not only is immunity back, the queens can give immunity to somebody else if they don't feel like using it for themselves. I like this. I like what this show is doing and what The Bachelor is doing. They are getting back to the origin of this show. And the origin is that it's a game show. It is a game show. Even if you love the contestants, it's still a game show. And there needs to be twists and turns because it's a game show. So I love that immunity is back, and I love that you can give immunity to another queen. I think we're going to get really beautiful, heartfelt, or shady moments out of that twist, and I'm here for it. I love the diversity of the queens in culture and drag, and their culture, and also within their drag. However, I'm sensing a problem here that I saw with last season. And the season before that, to be quite honest with you, I think ever since maybe after season 5 or 6, I've been having a problem with the fact that this show is not, I feel like, and I hate to say it, but I feel like with an influx of like Instagram and TikTok queens, we've been getting drag that is pretty in images and not eating on the runway, right? And my thing is, as a drag queen, you have to eat the runway and you have to eat that performance. The lip syncs that we have gotten so far, the girls aren't showing up. The girls aren't. Listen, if you can't lip sync for your life, you need to be able to do something else. If you can't dance, then you better pull a stunt. If you can't dance or pull a stunt, You better hit us with a split or pull a wig off of something. Like, you have to give us something, or you need to be hella believable. Well, who is the queen that did that performance where she pulled the pearls off her body and the pearls just elegantly fell to the ground? I think that she has passed on, but she was a great queen, right? But she didn't have the money. And so a lot of her looks didn't eat like they needed to for her competition. So she was always lip syncing. She could dance and she could pull off the stunts, right? But she was lip syncing to a song where she could not do all of the stunts that had saved her in previous seasons. My God, today she pulled, I'm talking about it just now, chills. That performance, you would have thought that she recorded that song. She was singing from her belly. You felt every word that she was lip singing. And then she pulled on those pearls and they all started falling to the ground. It was a beautiful moment. I don't feel like we can get that out of this season. Chi Devane. Oh, that was such a beautiful moment. May her soul rest in peace. That was such a beautiful moment. All the judges like set up. They were gagged because Chi was going home. Chi was going home. But when she pulled them pearls, and you could tell that it was a mistake, but Chi didn't shake. She went with it. And you would have thought that was planned. That's what you have to be able to do. I so far I have not seen it, and I'm very, very concerned about where Drag Race is going, because you are getting queens who are pretty on TV, who are pretty on Instagram, who are pretty on TikTok, who can't give a performance. And that's the core. That's the core right there. So you're trying to take these queens that can't perform on tour? I'm concerned. So that's my only issue with this season. I feel like if you're going to cast, and I'm not knocking any of these queens drag, right? This is their art form. They deserve to be there. I'm saying for RuPaul's Drag Race, what this show solidified and let us as the audience know was that the queen that wins has to be a triple threat. And it doesn't have to be dancing, right? But you have to be a queen that can perform. And those last two lip syncs. What's going on? Because I'm just like, now wait a minute. You know who's going to continue to get saved if she ever has to lip sync for her life? Maya. Where's she at? She may be delusional, but she can perform. When she was flipping all over that box, I was like, "Oh, girl, she may be delusional, but she can perform." And anybody who has to lip sync for their life against her is going home. Anybody who has to lip sync next to her is, even if you're the favorite, you are going home. So that's my only concern. But so far, so good. I'm really liking everything. Like I said, I can excuse sewing, but not being able to perform, baby. That's the job. That's the job. Absolutely not. I need to be gagged at these lip syncs for your life. I'm not gagging. I'm not gagging. The Raider Queen gimmick is fun. I'm a little bit concerned about that. Here is why. It can turn from, a fun little twist and turn and get real nasty real quick if the queens start voting in a way that's not favorable to the audience. And then they could leave the show not being well liked, and that will affect their business. And I don't know. I hope they stay true and honest, to their critiques and votes. But at the end of this, I want the judges to make the decision, right? I don't want to start seeing like really good queens having a lip sync for their life. Like Nifia Wynn, she should win this show, right? If she doesn't win this show because of this Raider Queen gimmick, the fan base is going to lose their minds. Because there's no other reason why this woman would, unless she deletes herself from this competition, there's no way that she's not walking away with that crown. So I'm really concerned about the Raider Queen thing because I don't think it's going to work in the Queen's favor if they all try to go the plain Jane route. That's a little concerning. Before we move into the show, this episode, I want to let you know, Hershii, Liqcor, Jete, I clocked that line about Tyler Perry being the first drag queen that you saw. Now wait a minute. I was like, you cleaned that up too. It was like, oh, and I just love Tyler Perry's drag. Mm-hmm. I think we see each other. We see each other. Let's get into the mother of all balls. This is what I would say. The final three were the top three were Q, Plain Jane, Sapphira, and Nymphia. Oh no, it was Q, Nymphia, and Sapphira, right? I was not at all shocked that those three would be in the. I think they were up there with Plain Jane too, right? I think I'm right. I was not shocked. To be quite honest with you, that's my final four. I think it's going to be Q, Plain Jane, Sapphira, and Nymphia win. I don't see, and it's really early. Anything can happen. One of them might, the acting challenges and the what is that one where they got to do the impressions? That game show one. That's the make or break. That's the make or break. If they can survive those two competitions, they're going to be the final four, right? So I wasn't shocked at that. I was shocked that this final four that I think it's going to be is starting to form so early, right? You normally see a little process, a little journey, but these girls are rising to the top immediately. They came out running, and nobody at this point has been able to catch them. So I wasn't surprised that Nymphia won. Her runway was ridiculous. Like, her runway was ridiculous. I did think that Q might have got that win because the Man on the Moon drag, nice. But I wasn't shocked that Nymphia got that. Everything she did, I was like, oh, wow. You know what I mean? Can you imagine seeing that in person? So I was not shocked. And I also was not shocked with the bottom three, which was Hershii, Maya, and Miss Carr. Here is why. Let's get into it. Maya, delusional, but I think she's rightfully delusional because when she performs, it's insane. The runway is not matching up to the talent because that yellow feather dress that she wore where you could not see her face because of the feathers, it just wasn't given, right? But she thought that was one of her best looks. And I'm like, if you're thinking that this is your best look, you're going to struggle with the runway. But again, nobody's beating her if they have to lip sync against her. They have to lip sync for their life against her. So I think she's delusional, but I think that delusion is warranted because she's a phenomenal performer, right? Miss Carr, where is she at? It's a cute Plain Jane. Hold on. Oh, I'm in Untucked. Hold on. I got my. Oh, I want to end with Hershii. I want to end with this is the thing. When I saw her picture, I thought that she was going to give in fashions, right? That Salma Hayek look, I was like, what are we doing? Like, this drag right here, we have yet to see on the show. So I'm like, did you not do this drag? Did they do this drag for you? Because we have yet to see this drag on the show. Like, all of her drag just looks regular. It looks like, a district manager of a Mac store in King of Prussia. Like, that's what it's giving. No, not King of Prussia, South Jersey. It does give Jersey all the drag, but it just looks like you could see this on, any Italian American woman in Jersey. It's not like, oh wow, like the Little Bo Peep. It was a little uncomfortable looking, and I'm like, she came into this competition with everybody being like, oh my god, she's one to watch, and I'm like, what were you doing on that stage? So I need to see her perform to see what the hoopla is about, because the drag has just not been given. The men's suit challenge, it was just like, it's just not given. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying I don't get drag. I get this is normal woman everyday wear, just in Jersey, So that's what it gives to me. So I wasn't surprised by the final three. I was surprised that my heart, Hershii, went home. And here is why. I've seen Hershii perform. Hershii gives a great performance. But I think that Hershii got caught up in the character, because she came out as the famous mom that she was like all of the moms in her life or whatever. And she came out as them. The outfit, very pedestrian. Even Hershii called that. And then in her confessional, she was just like, I'm staying here because nobody's outperforming me. And I was like, I know you're right, because I've seen you and you give it. And then I saw her perform and I was like, what's happening? But she wanted to embody this mom character. And I just wish she would have embodied Hershii. She still would be in that competition if she embodied Hershii. But here's the thing. This was a really big opportunity for her. And sometimes your nerves get the best of you at certain times. But I think this is going to work out in her favor. Miss Geneva stayed because she just really embodied the song and just gave a better performance. I wasn't gagged by either performance, to be quite honest with you, especially because I know what Hershii is able to do. Hershii will pull out the stunts. She has done it many times before. So I was just like, even on a slow song like this, I was waiting for something. And we just didn't get it. But although Hershii was eliminated, she's down and not out, because even in her Untucked, so lovable. She was crying about possibly leaving the competition because she was doing this for her kids. And if she leaves, she would just feel like a failure, because she wanted to give her family a better life. So she wanted to go far in this competition. But here is why people like Hershii don't need to go far in competitions, right? Especially a competition like this. But let me stick a pin in that real quick. Let me talk about how a mandatory meeting got Plain Jane together. And Plain Jane, I don't think that this role that you are playing is going to work for you, because Jane is really confusing, right? Because Plain Jane is a gorgeous queen who's a comedy queen. Like, all of her drag is comedy. All of it, like comedy and camp. And you would never think that by how she looks right here, right? The personality does not match the drag at all. Like, everybody is coming on this show so happy and so thankful. And Jane is just nasty for no reason, like out of nowhere. It's just nasty. And I'm hoping that Jane is playing a character and this is not who she actually really is, because I just don't think this is going to work for her. Drag Race likes fun shade. You can't come on just being mean, because you're just going to look like a bully. You're especially going to look like a bully coming after somebody so beloved as Mandatory Meeting. Mandatory Meeting is just so sweet, so kind, so fun. How are you going to pick a beef with her? And your beef is attacking her art, which is drag, and saying that her drag doesn't look great and she's not going to be here as long as you. Now, you might be right, but you ain't have to say it. You ain't have to say it. And I think because you are a seasoned queen with a bit more money, you felt comfortable enough digging at a queen like Mandatory Meeting, who does not have the coin that you have and does not have probably the experience, because the makeup absolutely needs work, right? And you probably do that at your local drag shows to younger and upcoming queens. But now you're doing this on the TV show where a camera's in front of your face and millions of people are watching you, and you were just looking like a bully. You were probably absolutely a bully at your local drag spot, but nobody really clocked you, right? But here on national TV, I think you may get humbled because you got humbled and untucked because you thought coming after a mandatory meeting was going to work in your favor, probably how it has worked before. But all the other queens was like, absolutely not. This is not okay. Dawn started to affirm a mandatory meeting, and a mandatory meeting was just like, thank you so much, but I'm not worried about no plain Jane. She's being mean for whatever one, and she's trying to be sisters. This is not how you be a sister to me. So I'm glad that not only a mandatory meeting, but all the queens clock plain Jane, because whatever game she's playing, the way she's playing it is just not going to work in her favor, in my opinion. Now let's get back to Hershii. I believe that Hershii went as far as Hershii needed to go. I think Hershii is going to have a phenomenal career outside of this show, because somebody like Hershii, you don't need to see them for a long time. You just need to see them for a moment and get what they are giving out, and then you're locked in. Because here's the thing, I started watching Hershii years ago on Chase It LA. Immediately, Hershii's first confessional, the first time Hershii stepped into a scene, in love, just a beautiful, sweet, kind person in every sense of the way, even in disagreements, even when people were trying to come for her, she was still so kind, still so gracious, still so loving, still so open and so honest, and audience gravitate to that. We saw just enough of Hershii, or this audience saw just enough of Hershii to be locked in. Hershii's going to go on tour. Hershii's going to be invited to events. Hershii's going to get multiple speaking opportunities because she leads with kindness, and that draws people in. She's also really fun and hilarious on TikTok. And, she has a large audience there. So I know that Hershii was disappointed that she got eliminated and she wanted to do all these things financially for her family. You're going to be able to do that and then some because of who you are. I know you wanted to stay longer. Who doesn't? But you were there for the right amount of time for the audience to fall in love with you. So you're a star, sis. You are a star, and you are going to go far. And I cannot wait to see what you are going to do in this industry. Very proud of you. So glad that the world got to see what I saw years ago on YouTube. You're a star. I can't wait to see what you do, and I can't wait to work with you. That's all I had to say about Drag Race. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. I was like, and these are the top queens. I'm concerned. Q, you better find some stunts, baby. You better find some stunts, because if you ever have to go up against Amaya, you are out of the Final Four. You are out of the Final Four. I don't know what to say. I don't think that the drag isn't for me. I just don't see drag. I love her, but I just don't see drag. I just don't see drag. Rocky said, my Hershii, I definitely see her doing definitely see her doing a Vegas show and coming back strong for All Stars. She's going to win All Stars. She's going to win All Stars. She's absolutely going to win All Stars. Rocky said, Q, Saphira, Nifia, and Apps are absolutely in the top four. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The only thing that would get Q out is her performance. She got to work. She got to pull a stunt. Yolande said, Q is such a wonderful designer. Absolutely. If I were Q, I would use this platform to start marketing myself as someone who can make great drag outfits. She will make bank because she has a great eye and a terrific hand. Shy Girl TJ186 said, let's not generalize. I've had Dominican and Haitian best friends in college, and they love each other. My husband came straight from the Dominican Republic, and he and his family love and respect Haitians so much. Amen. Thank you for saying that. Eltavina said, also, Haiti was the first country to resist. We talked about that. I love Haiti. When I get my good coin there, I'm always going to tithe to Haiti. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, those are my people. And gain independence. That's why Dominicans, don't like them either because they didn't. Oh, okay. Well, Shy Girl TJ said, don't be doing that in here. But this is facts though. Shy Girl JT, just like a Philly queen. So the talent is there. The talent is there. Hey Kai, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. At all. I was like, we've never seen, the last time we saw that kind of rigidness was with what is her name? Ha! I'm acting. Remember her? Teletubby, take me to Mars. She could not dance to save her life, but she was nutty and a fruitcake and just a fun queen. My God, today. Oh, the Snatch game is going to eat some of the greats. And I'm so concerned because that's going to determine what the Final Four looks like. Because if you can beat Snatch game, baby, you win in that competition. I'm concerned. I'm like, Nymphia, come on, girls. Please do something amazing. Please. It always, Snatch game and the acting challenge always takes out the top girls. I'm so concerned. So concerned. Wonderful spirit. But I think the same thing with Hershii. She just needs to do more tours. And when that good coin starts coming in, she's going to be a problem. She's going to be a problem. I can absolutely see her issue is money. Same thing with Hershii. She gonna be a problem. But you know what, Hershii, I do want to say this. I hate when this happens with queens in Untucked. And we talked about this. Hershii was pulling out all these outfits and was just like, oh my goodness, this would have looked so great on the runway. And I was like, Hershii, no, not you. Not you. I hate when queens do this. Listen, every competition, I would come out with a great outfit. You don't hold great outfits because you want to show this later. There might not be a later for you because this is the thing. Hershii ate with that bumblebee look, right? All she needed was one more look to eat and she would have been safe. Because they even was going up for the Mother Nature one that I hated. I hated that Mother Nature look. But the judges was like, oh, this isn't bad. But then when she came out with them light jean hippie jeggings, they had to say something. If her last look would have ate, she would have been fine. She would have been fine. A lot of times the runway saves you from elimination. Never hold an outfit. Wear everything. Wear your best stuff all the time. The end of the age chat, after this many seasons, you think they would know you got to perform and sew. Listen, I gave up on the sewing because I realized that a lot of the queens that can sew had a grandmother. Everyone had a grandmother that sat down with them and told them how to sew. Everyone. So I just gave up on that. I was just like, you know what? That's just not something that everybody's just going to know how to do. They give them hot glue and they can figure it out, right? And we have seen a lot of queens hot glue a garment and it eats. So I'm going to let that go. I'm not letting performance go. That is the core of the job. I am not letting that go. It was an iconic moment. An iconic moment. Fly high, absolutely. Absolutely. The same thing. I had the same experience. I was like, oh, let's get it. And they gave me nothing. They gave me nothing. On Beyonce, Renaissance, all that money that Rhobh paid to get that song, and that's the performance you gave? Ciao. Hey, Opulent Pomegranate, thank you for being here. Almost to the weekend. Almost to the weekend. Yolande also said, I think Q was trying to pull Gigi Good when she was singing Starships, but Q, You cannot do that to a Beyonce song. Yeah, it didn't go over well. Shonda said, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining at NikkiStar Live. Please like and subscribe for more great content. Thank you. And we're a little bit over 2 hours, so I'm going to wrap this up. But I want to get a few more comments. So mediocre. And this is from the top queens, not even bottom queens, top queens. I'm concerned if you're a top queen and that's the performance that you're giving. I'm concerned. I am concerned. I don't care. Take the heat. You make that decision. Take the heat. Don't put it on the queens who don't have the same platform. Like, come on, you are a judge. You'll be fine. The queens will not. They have to eat off of this fan base. Don't put them in that situation. Don't put them in that situation. I said, Hershii. I see you. She's absolutely giving Anitra. She's absolutely giving Anitra. She did her runway. Hold on. Let me look up Mirage's runway because I wanted to talk about gorgeous girl. I want to talk about her La Llorona. Oh, she doesn't have it on here. How you not posting your drag looks? Come on. You need to post your drag looks, sweetie. But anyway, her drag was La Llorona, right? I think she relies on, being pretty, giving body, right? And giving a sickening runway because she eats that runway. I think she relies on that a little bit too much and not the actual garments, because this is by Stephen Wu, I think. This is his couture. Look at my phone. I'm so embarrassed. This is his runway. This is a screen protector. I got to get a new one. But this is his couture runway show. And I feel like this would have been better for La Llorona than what we saw from Mirage. I was just like, this right here. And this is all like jewels. Just gorgeous. Just absolutely. I wish she would have did that. I wish she was, or something like that. I feel like her drag just doesn't eat the way she eats as a performer. But see, here's the thing. Her performance and her runway may take her all the way to the end. It's saving her. The drag, the runway isn't, but the way that she performs is saving her. So you got to have it all. I did not know who Geneva was. I said, what is this? Why are you wearing a pantsuit on Drag Race? What is going on? What is going on? The dress was not properly proportioned for her. It was a mess. Drusy said, Jane doesn't want to commit to being a villain and doesn't even believe it or for herself. The moment she actually had to push back, she folded. Absolutely. I think that's just a stunt that she's trying to pull, and it's just not working. It's just not working. Hershii is going to clear. She is going to be a fan favorite from this season, right? Because just by her press alone, she's going to eat. She's going to eat. Tammy Brown. Yes. I'm acting. Yes, I love me some Tammy Brown. The way Plasma is talking about being a Broadway queen, everybody's expected for you to eat, mama. Rocky said, I think Nifia will do well in the Snatch Game. She's quick and have RuPaul cackling in the first photo shoot. See, the thing about it is, even if you do that, you have to pick the right character to play. And a lot of them do not pick the right characters. Vicky said, a lot of queens mentioned running out of clothes, so I can understand why some would hold on to an outfit. I absolutely agree with that. And I know queens have said that. And I know that, I'm telling you, if Hershii had money, she'd still be there. If Hershii had money, she'd still be there. So I understand that, but I was just like, girl, if you, especially when you saw how you were rated, the minute you saw how you were rated almost dead last, you should have been like, oh, I got to put everything into this runway so I can stay here a bit longer. That's where I'm coming from. But I get it. I get it. Rocky said, I'm also kind of living for a mandatory meeting. I really do like a mandatory meeting. The name's hilarious. The personality amazing. My kitty performance was really good. Yeah, I love her. She's fun. Just a good time to watch. Yolanda said, besides Bianca Del Rio, you must be able to perform to win. Yep. See, this is the thing. Bianca was still performing though. Bianca's snatch game, iconic. She was a good performer. That saves you. I was so disappointed. There were so many spins and dips and flips and splits that they could have put into that performance. I was just like, absolutely not. It's a really good show, and they have a really good cast this season. They really, really do. Just sad all around. I was like, what's going on here? And this was the song, You Won't Break My Soul? Ciao. I don't know. We did something. I don't know if it was the Emmys. We're coming back. We're coming back for SAG and the Oscars. But listen, Arnold is booked and busy. Arnold got a lot of clients, okay? I'm trying to get like him. Miss Kaija Chose, what's up? What's up? Aaliyah. Bianca Del Rio, the comedy queen. She was hilarious. I was that, to be honest with you, that whole season. I think that whole season for me was packed full of powerhouses. I don't think we have a season like that in a very long time. She was an amazing performer. Yeah, I think, isn't SAG going to be on like Netflix or something? They trying something new. Lord. Oh, okay. Thank you for clearing that up. Oh, yes. Thank you. I'm like, did we watch the same season? That season cleared. All of those queens were amazing. All of those queens were amazing. Please don't bring that up. Like, you just have to perform. You just have to know how to perform. Because now I'm just like, were you an Instagram queen? What's going on? We got to separate the queens from the girls, baby. We got to separate the queens from the girls. And I feel like the way they did the ball, like the third challenge, I think we might be getting Snatch Game soon and very soon. And I'm nervous. I'm like, oh, Nymphia, don't disappoint mama. Don't disappoint mama. Anyway, guys, I literally have to get to rehearsal, so I got to get out of here. But thank you all so much for joining me. I had a really good time. I don't know what live I'm going to do tomorrow, but I will be going live every day as much as I can. So look out for that, whatever it may be. It may just be a chat. Who knows? But I will see you all tomorrow for something else. Love you all so much. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye.